suffered a true American nightmare.
Cody Rhodes lost his defining match at WrestleMania 39 against Roman Reigns when he was considered a big favorite. Within a few hours, there were a lot of different theories for why he lost. One theory is that WWE was never going to let Cody Rhodes stop their only chance of having a world champion reign for 1,000 days in the modern era. Another theory is that Endeavor, the new owners of WWE, wanted Roman Reigns to be the Universal Champ, and given that the sale of the company happened hours after WrestleMania ended, there might just be some weight to that. But whatever you want to believe, it wasn't the first time a superstar lost such a big match when they seemed to be 100% destined to win. Here are some other instances of superstars suffering crushing big match defeats. Wade Barrett was certain that the faction he led, the Nexus, was going to win at SummerSlam 2010. It was a group of rookies who took WWE by storm and had to face a collective of top superstars led by John Cena in the main event of SummerSlam. It was their first major test, and Barrett said that he was told a week before the event that his group was going to win. He said, "Not only did we think we were going to win because it was really the first test of this killer group we had, this is the first time we're put to the test against these top WWE superstars. We can't lose this because we've got a ton of heat and attention." It made a lot of sense that a win for the Nexus would instantly push them to the moon and establish Wade Barrett as a top star. You can only imagine how deflated he was when he was told the finish was changed on the day of the event. Vince McMahon told them that they needed SummerSlam to have a happy ending, but many believe that it was John Cena who politicked his way into what was going to be a career-defining match for Wade Barrett. While Wade Barrett was just getting started, Sting was on the other hand at the end of his career when he faced Triple H at WrestleMania 31. While everybody expected Sting to win his debut match in WWE, they were shocked when he lost to the game and shook his hand despite Triple H having cheated to win. Scott Hall, who was involved in the run-in with NWO, recalled looking blankly at Hulk Hogan when Triple H revealed the finish, wondering why Sting even signed with WWE to do a job. Sting later said that he thought it was going to be his retirement match, which is why he wanted to do the honors of putting Triple H over. Fans still believe that it was a political decision because Sting wasn't a WWE creation. What was most definitely a political move was when Shawn Michaels decided to beat the British Bulldog in 1997 while his family was in the front row. It was during the British one-night-only pay-per-view in 1997 in Birmingham, England. The British Bulldog walked in as the European champion and dedicated the match to his cancer-stricken sister. With his family in the front row, it was the logical decision for him to win. But Shawn Michaels managed to convince Vince McMahon that he was the one who needed to win. Until that point, the British Bulldog was told that he was going to win. If that made you angry, what happened with Booker T at WrestleMania 19 is most certainly going to piss you off. His feud against Triple H saw some not-so-subtle racial undertones, which is why everybody expected Booker T, the babyface, to get his crowning moment by becoming world champion at WrestleMania. And what we can only call a horrid decision, Triple H crawled towards Booker T and pinned him. What would have made Booker T into a definite main eventer led to any momentum that he had getting ruined. Even his world title reign a few years later didn't mean as much. But WWE has a history of not striking when the iron is hot. WWE could have struck while the iron was hot with Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania 34 as well. He won the Royal Rumble in 2018 and immediately set up a dream match at WrestleMania against AJ Styles. The match itself didn't deliver, but it became clear that WWE didn't have enough faith in Nakamura as WWE champion when he lost to AJ Styles. Nakamura winning could have elevated him to being one of the greatest stars of his generation, but after losing just a couple months later, he never came close to the world title again. Sasha Banks won many titles in her time with WWE, but she was red hot heading into WrestleMania 32 against Charlotte Flair and the man Becky Lynch. It was that match that kickstarted the women's revolution, and Sasha Banks was objectively the best choice to become the first women's champion. Charlotte was already the Divas champion and the first of the three to be established, while Becky was far from ready to win. Sasha Banks was in a perfect position and was also the most popular woman on the roster only 8 months into her main roster debut. Charlotte Flair wound up winning, probably because WWE wanted the lineage to begin with a Flair. It was an incredible match, but Sasha Banks was by far the more marketable star, and her position in WWE would have likely been very different had she had won that match.